Hey guys, welcome back to Winning Bet Picks. My name is Gio, and I'm here alongside Luca yet here again for some free picks for you today, January 9th, 2021. We got the start of the NFL wildcard, and today we'll be looking at all three games on Saturday. Starting off, of course, with the Buffalo Bills hosting the Indianapolis Colts. Just before we get into the three games for today, we would like to remind our viewers to drop a like on our video to support our channel and also subscribe for daily sports betting videos as we post daily content covering all major leagues. A quick recap for yesterday's games, Luca. We broke even really in terms of the games because we ended up getting the Villarreal game over to 2.25 with quite some ease, actually, with three goals in the opening 15 minutes or so. Unfortunately, for the parlay we had in the Bayern Munich game, we had the Bayern Munich money line plus over 2.5 in that one. The over 2.5 came in once again very easily in the first half, but Bayern Munich were incapable of getting the win after leading 2-0. So once again, another bad beat for us. It's been one of those weeks, really. But at least we broke even, not losing any units in yesterday's games. So let's get on to today's action, Luca. Let's start off with this Buffalo Bills game against the Indianapolis Colts. The Bills currently coming into this one as minus 6.5 point favorites. Some books you might even have it at minus 6 point favorites. And of course, the Buffalo Bills coming into this one, probably the stories of the season. At least it's been one of my favorite teams to watch this year, getting results week after week. They've actually picked up 9 wins out of their last 10 games. So playing at home against this Colts team will definitely favor them, in my opinion, in this one. Of course, the Colts have been playing well themselves. The only loss as of late in the last 5 games came against the Pittsburgh Steelers, losing that one 28-24. But that yet again, they have definitely an experienced team, a team that could definitely pull upsets at any point in any game, really. But what sort of game can we be expecting here between these two teams, Luca? And which team do you see advancing to the next round of the playoffs?
Does it get any bigger than this for the Bills franchise? First playoff game in 25 years. There's no doubt this team is feeling the pressure. Their form this year should alleviate some of that pressure to perform. Let's face it, the Bills are the dark horse of the playoffs. They definitely pose the biggest threat to the Chiefs' hopes of making the Super Bowl. If Josh Allen is able to replicate the standard he set this year in seasons to come, he will be a dominant force in this league for a very long time. Diggs has proved he can be relied upon as the number one guy in a pass heavy offense. I'm not too crazy about the fact that Beasley is questionable for this one. I think he's a highly underrated piece of the puzzle in Buffalo. Indianapolis on a hot streak to end the season, winning 4 of their last 5. The Colts are not an easy opponent by any means. They play some tough defensive football and have the veteran players you'd want in a game like this. For me, it's going to be all about how this game starts. If the Colts can have a quick start and limit Buffalo's output, they have a good shot here. However, if they go down, which is likely early, by a couple of scores to the Josh Allen led Buffalo offense, there may be no coming back from that, especially considering Rivers' limitations at quarterback.
I fully agree with you on that. And let's not forget this Bills team has been putting up major points in the past couple of weeks. 56 against the Dolphins, 38 against the Pats, and 48 against the Broncos. So this is definitely a team that could score. And like you said, it really depends on how the Colts really manage this game from the get-go defensively, and also what sort of game can we expect from Rivers, coming into this one. The Bills have been looking great at home, and I can't fade them here. I have to take the Bills, and that's exactly what we're going to go with for our pick in this game. So give us the Bills minus 6 at minus 110. That's the odds we got them for. Moving on to the second game, we have the Seattle Seahawks against the Los Angeles Rams. Seahawks coming into this one minus 3 point favorites. Picking up wins in their last 4 games. Of course, they've been facing not the best of opponents if we take a look at their schedule. However, they did beat this very much Rams team a couple weeks ago, 20-9 at home in this very stadium. So very interested to see if the Rams have what it takes to make a comeback in this one and actually shock the Seahawks at their home field. Of course, the Rams are the best defensive team in the league, limiting their opponents to a few points every game, as you can tell by their score lines. However, I think the main topic of discussion here is to see which quarterback will start for the Rams. Will it be Goff, or will it be the backup quarterback? And a lot of talk has been going on in the past week, given the situation on who's going to start. Do you think this could actually facilitate the Seahawks' task today, or do you see it as something that's still improbable? As the Rams coach mentioned, he's only going to give it a game time decision here.
Right. Really important to keep an eye on that. However, despite the Rams' winning record, personally, they haven't been convincing for me all year, partly due to the play of Jared Goff. As you mentioned, we saw John Wolford play at quarterback in Week 17 due to a thumb injury to Goff, and head coach McVay refuses to name a starter. Ultimately, I can't see this making much of a difference. Both lack the ability to take over a game. It has been a while since Goff has made the most of his excellent targets in Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. The Rams will rely on their defense to earn a victory tonight. That is for sure. They are the top defense in the league in more than one category this year. The Rams have allowed the least points per game, the fewest passing yards per game, and the third fewest rushing yards per game. This is an incredible accomplishment. They have no choice but to shut down Wilson and the Seahawks. Continuing the trend of teams ending on winning streaks, Seattle did so on a 4 game win streak. This offense is dangerous. There's no doubt about it. On the right day, Russell Wilson can dominate games. He can throw the ball, has two great targets in Lockett and Metcalf, and he's incredibly mobile, which can hurt teams on the ground. You really never know what is coming at you when you face a quarterback like Russell Wilson. The Rams will have their hands full, that is for sure, especially with DK Metcalf. He has looked like a monster all year long. This will be a great test for him, the relative newcomer in the league. A dominant performance tonight in a playoff game against one of the best defenses could cement his position as one of the best wide receivers in the league. Although the Seahawks defense is abysmal through the air, they are a top 5 defense against the run. I don't expect any Rams running backs to find any joy today, and I really don't see the Rams offense finding joy as well.
Some good points there, Luca. Once again, look, the Seahawks. I've watched a couple of their games this year. Let's be honest, they haven't been that elite team that everyone will tune into their television set every Sunday to watch. But I think they can get the job done here. Of course, the spread is very close, like the bookies do suggest, at -3. So it's going to be once again which team could have the more stops maybe on defense. Um, we like the Seahawks to get the job done here, guys, and we will be taking them at -3. So we personally got them at -108. Not sure if this line will go up or down, but make sure to keep an eye on that until game time, especially maybe as more information comes in as to see which quarterback will start in this one for the Rams. But we're going with the Hawks -3 at -108. And last but not least, we got the night game between the Washington football team and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, this is a game that I don't think many will be happy to see on a Sunday night. Maybe I would expect the Bills game or the Bills against the Colts game to be the game to feature on a Saturday night, I should say. But this is one of those games that Brady's coming into this one definitely being the more experienced quarterback. He's seen many playoff situations, and he's facing this Washington team that, despite having a very strong defensive year, which I would say quite surprising. It's a team that unfortunately can't get their offense running, and to me, that's where the major problems may come in this game. Of course, both teams rely on their defense a lot, and I would say the Washington football team does more than the Buccaneers. But speaking about offense, I just don't see these guys getting many points, and that's problematic for me. Whereas this Buccaneers team, time and time again, we've seen them this year putting so many points up on the board. Taking a look at their last two games, they scored 47 against the Lions and 44 against the Falcons. Of course, teams that are not on par with a football team here when it comes to defense. But, this is a team that once they start scoring, there's no stopping them. What sort of game can we be looking at here?
Look, the Bucks have experienced their ups and downs this year. Although they aren't, they are certainly a team others should fear for sure. They're for two reasons: their peak in form late in the season and the playoff experience of Tom Brady. This game will be won on the line of scrimmage. If the Bucks protect Brady properly and give him time against an eager Washington defense, he will hurt them, plain and simple. Brady is built to win playoff games. His offensive line just needs to give him the chance to do so. He has enough offensive weapons to cope with his inability to leave the pocket. Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, and recently Chris Godwin have all shown flashes of what they're capable of. And let's not forget Rob Gronkowski, of course. Um, Washington has little hope in this one, I believe. The one thing going for them is their determination to prove people wrong. Everyone thinks they don't have a shot in this one. Their offense is mediocre at best. Their only chance of winning this game really is putting pressure on Tom Brady and letting their defense carry them to victory. Their defense has been impressive, as you mentioned, piling up the sixth most sacks. They're also ranked second in passing touchdowns allowed and second in passing yards allowed. So that might be their only hope in this one. However, I just think, as you do, the Bucks are too strong for this team.
Yeah, and that's exactly where we're gonna take in this one. So we actually got the Buccaneers at -7.5. The line changed recently in some books, so that's what we got it at, and we personally got it at -104. So as always, shop around for the best lines to make sure you have that advantage. So that wraps up pretty much our Saturday night or Saturday wildcard picks really for this NFL day. It's going to be an interesting one on all levels, and of course tomorrow we'll be having another video featuring the Sunday games. So make sure to look out for that one. Also, in a couple of hours, depending on when you're watching this video, we'll be having a live stream with a special guest, and we'll be talking all about sports betting in a brand new series starting today. So make sure you stay tuned in for that and follow our Twitter or Instagram to have more information on when that live will start. As always, also don't forget to leave a like on the video to show your support for our channel and subscribe for daily content as we post daily sports betting videos covering all leagues. Without further ado, we wish you the best of luck on today's games, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for yet another video. Take care, guys.